beg to present to you Honorable Professor Chuti Manasseh, Minister of State in charge of EAC Affairs in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, and who will be taking an oath as member of Council of Ministers and the Eala ex officio. I beg to present. Yeah.
Right, Honorable Speaker. Right, Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
There is a suggestion by the IT people. They are requesting the Honorable Minister to sit so that they can be able to see his face.
No, he can sit after the oath.
Yeah, because now. Okay.
I, Professor Chuti Manasseh, do swear that I'll give true and faithful service to this assembly, and I'll be faithful and bear true allegiance to this African community, and preserve, protect, and defend the treaty of the establishment of this African community as by law established. So help me God.
Right, Honorable Speaker, you are requested to put on the mic in order for the journalists to be able to take photographs of the Honorable Minister. Yes. Ah.
Thank you, honorable members. I had to do some clerical work here. Yes. Let me sign the copy of the oath first.
The procedure.
So, honorable members, on your behalf, but you will do it at your own time also, and on my own behalf, I wanted to congratulate the new member of the Council of Ministers and the ex-officio member of Eala, Professor Manasseh. Professor Nshuti is a seasoned politician, an academic. He was formerly Minister of Finance of the Republic of Rwanda. He was also Minister of Commerce. He's an East African who has lived in most countries of East Africa because he lived in Uganda. He studied and he taught in a number of universities in Kenya, and now he's in Rwanda. So he's an East African. So we congratulate you, Professor Nshuti, and it's the belief of everybody here that you are coming in Eala as an ex-officio member, and most importantly, coming at a time when you are chairing the Council of Ministers, that given your experience, we shall work together to advance the ideas of this assembly and of the East African community at large. So before I move to the next item, if you have a brief comment to make, I give you the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, honorable members of Eala. I wish to thank you sincerely for this opportunity to spare my allegiance to the community, and I promise to work with you, both for you and for the community, for the betterment of the people of East Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof. And as a word of caution, on a light note, you are coming at a time when we have serious unresolved issues with the Council of Ministers. But I know you are almost to the end of resolving those issues. So thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Clerk.
Item number 4 in the order paper, election of Eala Commission. Motion.
Let me pick my notes, honorable members. I think Honorable Ambassador Fatuma is supposed to move the motion.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I beg to move the motion that in accordance with the provisions of Section 3.2 of Administration of the Assembly Act 2012 and Rule 83, Sub-Rule 1 and Sub-Rule 2, the following members be elected to constitute the Eala Commission.
Yes, seconder. I think a seconder must come at this point in time. Seconders, Honorable Deng, Honorable Kim Gai, Honorable Dr. Magembe, Honorable Mariam, Honorable Ade Abdikadir, and all members whose hands are up. Honorable Fatuma.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I'll go ahead and present the motion. But before I continue, I just wanted to say that the names of those duly nominated from the Republic of Burundi.
You may have to speak louder.
Republic of Burundi is Honorable Jean-Marie Muhirwa, Honorable Momamo Karerwa. Republic of Kenya, Honorable Dr. Obur Oginga, Honorable Muhia Wanjiku. Republic of Rwanda, Honorable Kalinda Francois Xavier, Honorable Gasinzigwa Oda. United Republic of Tanzania, Honorable Dr. Ngwaru Magembe, Honorable Josephine Lemoyan. Republic of South Sudan, Honorable Gideon Gatpantor, Honorable Kim Gai, Honorable Dr. Woda Jeremiah Odok, Honorable Gabriel Alak Garang. Republic of Uganda, Honorable Mary Mugenyi, Honorable Rose Akol, Honorable Nakauki Susan. Right Honorable Speaker, whereas Section 3.1 of the Administration of East African Legislative Assembly Act 2012 provides for the establishment of a commission known as the East African Legislative Assembly Commission, hereinafter known as the Commission, and whereas Section 3.2 of the Act provides that the members of the Commission shall be composed of the Speaker, the chairperson of the council, who shall be an ex-officio member, and 2 members of the assembly from each partner state elected by the assembly. Aware that the first commission of the current Eala was elected on 20th December 2017 for a period of 2.5 years, the tenure having accordingly expired on 19th June 2020, thereby creating a need to constitute a new commission. Cognizant of Rule 83 provides as follows. Rule 83, Sub-Rule 2, the election of members of the commission shall be by secret ballot, and in accordance with Section 3(2) of the Administration of the Assembly Act 2012, and shall hold office for 2.5 years. 83, Sub-Rule 3, nominations for members of the commission shall be forwarded to the clerk by members. Now, therefore, this assembly do hereby resolve as follows: to elect members of the commission from those duly nominated pursuant to the provisions of Section 5 of the Act and Rule 83 of the Rules of Procedure of this House. The duly elected members shall serve for such a period as stated by the Rules of Procedure and the Administration of the East African Legislative Assembly Act 2012. Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to move.
Thank you, Honorable Ambassador Fatuma. Well, I think in the process of moving the motion, you justified it. Honorable members, I now propose the motion that this House, pursuant to the provisions of Section 3, subsection 2, and Section 5, subsection 2 of the Administration of the Assembly Act 2012, and Rule 83, Sub-Rule 1 and Sub-Rule 2, do elect members to constitute the Eala Commission. Debate is open. Yes, I see no member wanting to debate the motion. I now put the question that this House, pursuant to the provisions of Section 3, subsection 2, and Section 5, subsection 2 of the Administration of the Assembly Act 2012, and Rule 83, Sub-Rule 1 and Sub-Rule 2, do elect members to constitute the Eala Commission. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those in favor raise your hands.
Aye.
Aye. Those against, raise your hands. Say nay.
Again.
The ayes have it. Thank you.
We want to show that we are.
Now, honorable members, I think the next step will be to formally nominate, although the motion indicates the number of members who actually submitted the forms according to the rules, but we have to formally nominate them on the floor of the House. And that can go because the clerk is the returning officer. If you want to interject, always indicate it to me that you want to explain something. So how are we going to nominate? Is it chapter by chapter?
Mr. Speaker, procedure, please.
Yes, procedure. I skipped something. Yes, Dr. Makame.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think the nomination order has been that we nominate using the form.
Yes. So we don't have to go through the exercise again.
No, I don't think so, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, I think you are right.
No.
Mr. Kadonya?
Has already been nominated. The names are here.
Mr.
Right
Kadonya,
on-
the nominations
right on
are
our
already
mention.
done. Yes.
In the motion.
And it is part of the motion.
With the chair.
Yes.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I was requesting that you invite me to read the names of the nominated members for partner states. And those, especially the 4 partner states, which nominated 2 candidates. Before
Okay, go ahead and mention the names for all chapters. For all of them?
Yes, I'm going to read.
Okay,
for the
go ahead. Go ahead, yes.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. In accordance with the Rule 83(3) of the Rules of Procedure of the Assembly, the following candidates were duly nominated for election as members of the Eala Commission. Republic of Burundi, Honorable Jane Marie Muhirwa, Honorable Mo Mamo Karero. Republic of Kenya, Honorable Dr. Oburu Odinga, Honorable Wanjiku Muhia. Republic of Rwanda, Honorable Oda Kasinzigwa, Honorable Dr. Francois Xaveri Kalinda. United Republic of Tanzania, Honorable Dr. Ngwaru Magembe, and the Honorable Josephine Lemoyani. Republic of South Sudan, Honorable Gideon Gatpan Tor. 2, Honorable Kim Gai Root. 3, Honorable Dr. Wada Jeremiah Odok. And 4, Honorable Gabriel Alak Garang. Republic of Uganda, Honorable Mary Mugenyi. 2, Honorable Rosie Okul Oko. And 3, Honorable Susan Nakau. Right, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, thank you. May I also ask you, Clerk, to read out the guidelines that I have issued, and I believe every member has seen, but for purposes of record, go through the guidelines again.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Guidelines for election of members of the Commission. The Assembly is scheduled to hold elections for members of the Commission on Tuesday, 23rd June 2020. Section 3 of the Administration of the East Africa Legislative Assembly Act 2012 provides for the establishment and the composition of the Commission. Among others, the membership of the Commission includes 2 members of the Assembly representing each partner state. These members are elected by the Assembly. These guidelines are made under Rule 15.9 of Annex 10 to the Rules of Procedure of the East Africa Legislative Assembly 2015 as amended. The following guidelines will be followed during the aforementioned election. 1. These guidelines shall apply to the elections of members of the Commission of the East Africa Legislative Assembly to be held on Tuesday, 23rd June 2020, or any subsequent date, as the Assembly may decide, provided that the subsequent date falls within the same week. 2. The elections shall be conducted electronically as per Annex 10 of the Rules of Procedure of the Assembly. 3. All members will be required to have access to internet connection in order to participate in the voting process. 4. The elections will be conducted during the plenary sitting scheduled for Tuesday, 23rd June 2020 at 2 p.m. or any subsequent date appointed by the Assembly. 5. A member will move a motion for the resolution of the Assembly to elect members of the Commission of the East Africa Legislative Assembly. 6. The members to be elected are those who were duly nominated in accordance with the Rule 83(3) of the Rules of Procedure of the Assembly as displayed in the screen on the screen there. Number 7, the duly nominated members will be given 3 minutes to address the Assembly to justify his or her election to the Eala Commission. 8, where only 2 members have been nominated to represent a partner state, the motion shall provide that such members be declared elected as commissioners unopposed. 9, where more than 2 members have been nominated to represent a partner state, such members shall be subjected to a vote. 10. Voting will be through a system called Election Runner Platform, as it has been customized to facilitate this election. 11. The principal clerk assistant, the 2 senior clerk assistants, and the IT officer who doubles as the administrator will have access to the system where they can only see the following information. A. Members who have been invited to vote under the system. B. Members who have voted and those who have not voted. The results of the votes as aggregated by the system will indicate the total number of votes without displaying the candidates as a member voted for. Number 12, members will be invited through their official emails to vote. The invitation will indicate the link on which a member shall follow to see the names and the photographs of all nominated members for each partner state and or chapter. 13. A member will cast her or his votes by clicking on the place indicated on the left-hand side of the photograph of the nominated member. The system will allow a member to vote for only 2 nominated members. Only 2 nominated members. 14. After voting, the member will be required to click the submission button to submit the votes. No changes can be done after the member submitted the vote. 15. The voting exercise shall not take more than 30 minutes. However, the speaker may extend the voting time for not more than 15 minutes. 16. After the closure of voting, the clerk shall tally the votes and immediately transmit the results to the speaker, who shall announce the outcome of the election. 17. The records of this election, including the votes cast, will be printed and kept by the clerk for a period of 3 months from the date of election. I beg to submit, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, honorable members. I want to emphasize one point because the IT people asked me to emphasize it. When I announce here on the microphone that the link be sent to you, it will be sent immediately. And I believe you all have connections. Now, what they are requesting strictly is that you don't try. Don't click as a way of trying. Because if you click, it will be counted as your actual vote. So this is an exercise where you don't need to try. Just wait until you are willing or you are voting. Because if you click as a way of trying the system, it will just proceed and rescheduling you will be impossible. So now, may I now ask the IT people to send the link immediately and confirm to me the link is sent.
Speaker, is the link
Point
sent?
of clarification.
No, sending now.
Yes, Honorable Fatuma.
Yeah.
Honorable Speaker, first and foremost, I want to congratulate the new member, our baby in the house, the Minister for Foreign Affairs for the Republic of Rwanda, and I wish him all the best in engaging the Assembly and its membership. Honorable Speaker, two clarification on 11 of the guidelines. The principal clerk assistant, the 2 senior clerk assistant, all that, IT officer who doubles as the administrator will have access to the system where they can only see the following information. And it includes all this. And I wanted to hear from you how confidential this voting will be, since it's a secret ballot, but the tallying, I mean, when you receive the information flows in definitely it will see which member voted with for who. Definitely, I'm not scared to know whom I have voted, but I want to understand how confidential it is. Honorable Speaker, on 13, the guideline
But
reads a member
let me
will
first, let me interrupt you briefly. IT, then because now this, we mentioned how much time we are going to spend on this exercise, I hope this time that we are debating is not involved. Is that okay? Yes. I hope it is not. Yes. If technically it doesn't interfere with your operations, that's fine. Unless it is timed technically. Thank you. Yes, Honorable Fatuma, can you try to conclude here?
Honorable Speaker, on 13, a member will cast her or his vote by clicking on the place indicated on the left-hand side of the photograph of the nominated member. The system will allow a member to vote for only 2 nominated members. I assume this is per chapter.
Yes, it is per chapter. Yeah. Yes. Now, about the issue of confidentiality, honorable members, I think we resolved these issues last time. When we were here, we are trying to figure out how we are going to conduct this election. We said our wish is to have it very, very confidential, but it must have a degree of trust to our staff who are sworn to keep the professional secrecy, because it can't be 100% confidentiality when we are doing it virtually. So we believe, and today I had a discussion with the team. On record, I said if there is going to be breach of the duty of secrecy, it's going to be considered a serious breach, and it will have a consequence on the person involved when it is established. So that is all I can say. We have tried to come up with the best guidelines possible under the circumstances, and I beg that we proceed like that. So, Honorable, IT people, I think the link is sent already. Is there everyone able to see the link?
Yes, we are connected.
Yes,
we are. If you are all connected.
Where's the link?
The one they already sent or
Yes. Wait.
Right, Honorable Speaker, some from Uganda have not yet got their link.
I want to be sure everyone has a connection first.
Honorable Dongo has not yet got it.
I got it.
Honorable Dongo has not yet got his.
I've not got it.
I got we shall wait. Wait a moment. We shall wait until, honorable members, we are in a formal sitting and we must try to keep order. So we shall wait until everyone is connected. So if you have a problem of connection, don't just raise your hand so that our IT people can see you. Yes. Let us be orderly. So I can see Honorable Oda is not connected. Honorable Kim Guy is not.
I'm not.
I am okay.
Honorable Dr. Ann is not yet connected. So IT people, can you help?
Iache tu hivyo. Sijaribu kuja.
I'm also not. I don't have any.
Let me explain this, honorable members. If you raise your hand, I will pick you. Listen to me. If you raise your hand, I will, because I can see all of you on the screen. If you raise your hand, I will pick you to speak. If you talk to me, I will not pick you, because we must keep order. If you talk, I will just ignore you. But if you raise your hand, I will pick you. Honorable Jematia, I can see you wanted to speak. Honorable Fatuma, Ambassador Fatuma. Anyone else? Honorable Mary Mujeni. Honorable Kim Guy. Let's listen first. Honorable Jematia.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First, I want to congratulate the member in the House.
Maybe to save time, we shall have time with this member. We will have time to really welcome him. Let's just concentrate on this election first. Honorable Jematia, you are on the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have already congratulated him on his duty. So I wanted to a clarification on or understanding on number 7 of the rules. that says the duly nominated members will be given 3 minutes to address the assembly to justify his or her election to the Eala Commission. I wanted to ask whether all members who have been nominated, whether voted or not, are also going to be, explain to us or demonstrate within that 3 minutes what they're going to do for them.
There's a new one.
Let us note it, and then we respond to all the issues at a go. Yes, the next was Ambassador Fatuma.
Right Honorable Speaker, I also wanted to have clarification on number 8, where only 2 members have been nominated to represent a partner state. The motion shall provide that such members be declared elected as commissioners unopposed. So my understanding is that probably in the voting, we are going to vote for members from the Republic of Uganda and the Republic of South Sudan. Thank you.
You are right. You are right. Honorable
Further
Jematia.
clarification, right?
Honorable Jematia, we have to deal with your issue first. Mr. Kadonya, have we interfered with the IT? I think the link can stay, no problem, as long as we haven't started voting, so it will not have a problem. As long as nobody clicks on it, right?
It doesn't have any problem, right, Honorable Speaker.
Okay, so we can
the election is running for
first.
actually like 8 hours.
Okay,
so
no problem.
No problem.
So we are. The next, because we shall answer all the questions at a go. The next was Honorable Mary. Honorable Mary.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, mine is a very short question. I'm wondering whether the possibility of voting for one person is allowed, just to get to make sure that one's vote is not invalid when they vote for one rather than two. Was that put into consideration when the rules were being made? Mr. Speaker, that's my question.
There was another member, Dr. Ann. Yes.
Honorable Speaker, I know we are trying to practice democracy. In a case where there are 4 candidates and 1 lady, and then we go for vote, and the first and second positions are held by men. What do you do to balance representation? Because the rules have not provided for it, and these are things that might happen.
Yes, there was also Dr. Makame.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I was told that we are going to get the link in our emails. And unfortunately, I checked my email and I can't see. So does it mean we have to take the link which is provided there on the screen and then we insert it on our servers so that we vote, or we wait for the link that is going to be sent to the email?
Okay, IT, please go in box and help Dr. Makame with the connection. Now, all these questions are technical in nature. Dr. Ann, you just spoke.
Mr. Speaker, we are not
Elected, Honorable.
Speaker, I've got a question.
Honorable Deng.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker. I just have 2 brief questions. The first one, I would like to know that everybody from all the member states are voting. I would like to know, you as a speaker and a member of Rwanda chapter, will you be voting or will your vote not be counted? Number 2, if a person abstains from voting, what is the impact in terms of the number of votes? Will that be considered as invalid, or will everybody be compelled to at least 2? I guess that says that, if somebody votes for one, what if somebody abstains? I would like to know if that has been taken into consideration. Thank you.
Maybe let's Honorable Jematia is asking whether the 3 minutes for each, the 3 minutes for even though who are just two candidates from two chapters. We didn't think about it. I thought because the issue of the 3 minutes is part of
Agreed.
And the issue, yes, of course. Is that technically possible? The technical people can understand this.
Right, Honorable Speaker, the technical team, when they were presenting to us the system, actually the system has been set in such a way that each member has to vote for two.
If I vote for one and I click, it doesn't go.
It will not. It will not go. Yeah, because it restricted for only two options, and those two options have to, because of the nature of the candidates of those two particular partner states, which nominated more than two members.
Yes. Okay. Now the issue of Dr. Anne, the candidates we have are the ones whose names have been read out, and we hope that this House will just elect members they consider should be elected. I never thought about the issues about gender balance that may arise as a result. So that is how we have prepared for today, that we shall vote for the candidates that have been nominated as we please. So the results is something I cannot predict from now, and how they will be interpreted in different considerations is also something that I cannot anticipate for the time being. I will not vote the speaker, although they are saying 54 members. That was what we thought. The idea was to say all members will vote, but in my position as a speaker, I think I shouldn't vote unless some of you have different ideas. But that's my wish, so that I can maintain my neutrality in the exercise. That's what my conscience directs me to do.
Mr. Speaker, if there is a tie, you can vote.
Unless there is a tie,
you can cast.
Yes, but even that one, I'm not guaranteeing. Unfortunately, it is not part of the guidelines. It is something and you can consider at a later point. I'm not guaranteeing that in the case of a tie, I will do that. Now, is the system tailored to allow abstention? Technically, Mr. Kadon, can the system allow abstention?
Yes, right, Honorable Speaker. Abstaining is allowed.
Honorable Order?
Right, Honourable Speaker. I just want to inform that Honourable Francoise and Honourable Jacques Claude have not yet received the.
Yes.
Because where they are, we cannot see them, so they had to.
So Honourable Jean-Claude Barimuyabo and Honourable Francoise Uwomukiza, the technical people take note that they are not connected yet. So if the majority,
right,
Honourable Rose.
Honourable Dr. Ann has not been connected.
Honourable Dr. Ann Ito is not connected yet.
Yeah.
Please go in the box and help the members. You know, Mr. Kadoj.
Right, Honourable Speaker, we are impressing upon the honourable members to check into their email inboxes, whether the link has been sent to them on their personal email addresses.
Yes, because I think yesterday we said every member must communicate. I mean, those who had indicated that their official email addresses are not working, we said personal emails can also work. So please go in your inbox and see if you are not connected. Yes. Honourable Rose.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I'm just seeking further clarification further to what Honourable Fatuma talked with regard to Rule 8 with these elections, which says that where only 2 members have been nominated to represent a partner state, the motion shall provide that such members be declared elected as commissioners unopposed. So when it talks about a motion, I just wanted to keep the clerk's office updated, and perhaps also to inquire that they are ready with this motion, so that when we are declaring our members unopposed, it is with a motion that is formally presented, Right Honourable Speaker. Thank you.
Just information, Honourable Speaker.
Yes, Honourable Deng.
Just as a guide for those who have not received their link, please check your spam. Because if you haven't received this email before, it might be sitting in spam. So just let them check their spam. Thank you.
Honourable Christopher.
Thank you, Chair. Actually, I just want to find out if a member is absent, can he, or his phone or her phone is not working properly, can she or he use her or his colleague's phone, or can use a power of attorney if it's possible? Thank you.
So I think Honourable Fatuma will be given an opportunity to move that motion because it is brief. It is brief. The list is already there. So that one we can handle from here. So the issue about the phones, technical people, because all technical questions should go to the technical people. Yes, Mr. Kadoi.
With regard to the question which Honourable Rose raised, actually, Honourable Ambassador Fatuma Ntagiza has already moved the motion. What will be required now is to call me to read the names of the 4 partner states with the 2 nominees before you put a question before this House to proceed to elect the nominated members of the 4 partner states as read out by myself, with those in favor raise up their hands, and to the contrary, and then a ruling will be made.
And can you answer Honourable Chris's question at the same time? Then I will come to you, Honourable George, I see, and who else who has been asking to speak? Honourable George Odonga, I can see. Okay.
Right, Honourable Speaker, those members who are not connected maybe to the video conferencing facilities, but since we have sent the link to all the members, if a member can be called upon to vote. But this contradicts with our rules because we have to be in our virtual chambers, because that is also very pertinent. But otherwise, any member can still vote wherever he or she is.
Yeah, it's not contradictory anyway. But if everyone is connected, they can vote. Honorable Dongo, then we conclude on this. Honorable Dongo.
Honorable Chair, thank you so much. I also would like to congratulate the council member from the Republic of Rwanda. My concern is on guideline number 8, which the clerk has just talked about, which says that where only 2 members have been nominated to represent a partner state, the motion shall provide that such members be declared elected as commissioners unopposed. Right Honorable Speaker, first of all, I appreciate this particular provision of our guidelines, but I have also been persuaded by some sections of our members who are saying that we are electing members to the commission, and those members are representing the assembly. It will be unfair for members of the partner states that have some of their nominees nominated by other members of a different partner state, because then the principle of equity will not be, properly followed, because we are respecting the nominations of those partner states as they are, and yet at the same time, different partner states are nominating for the other partner states. So my proposal to cure that is that let all members who have been elected, even those that are deemed to be unopposed, be subjected to an assembly test, so that we have a minimum number for all the members who have been nominated unopposed, so we can have a particular threshold. If they don't meet that threshold, we can go back to nomination, so that all of us are happy with the nominations of every partner state. As it is right now, we are into this election because Uganda as a country has not been given the opportunity to nominate its members. It is some other people are the ones nominating for our chapter. So we think that for fairness, let everybody, including those that are unopposed, go into an election, and we put a threshold. Then everybody who passes that threshold is a commissioner, because they will represent the views of the assembly. If they don't meet that minimum position, then we shall ask members of that chapter to renominate.
Okay, can clerk read the rule about the chapters that have nominated only 2 members? Can you read in the guidelines? In the guidelines, what to do? Is it guideline number 8?
Yes, right, Honorable Speaker. Guideline number 8 reads as follows: where only 2 members have been nominated to represent a partner state, the motion shall provide that such members be declared elected as commissioners unopposed.
And how did you interpret this in my communication? We spoke about the motion.
Yes, we spoke about the motion, and Honorable Ambassador Fatuma Ndagiza read the motion. You put the question, and now you, in our speaker's notes, you are supposed to call me after members have, before members start voting, the 4 partner states, to read the names of the nominated candidates, and after that, then you will now put the question to the House, that this House proceeds to elect the nominated members of the 4 partner states, as read out by me, with a show of hands, those who support them to be, and to the contrary, will also do the same. And then you will do the ruling, and then we proceed to the remaining two partner states who will be subjected to vote.
So let me explain it to you. The predicament myself and the returning officer we are in. First of all, we understand that members to the commission are elected by the whole house. Every member is elected by the entire membership. But what has been convenient for many years, and which I proposed to you when we had our meeting here to plan, was that when we have two members proposed from a chapter, then we declare them elected and opposed, because we, after all, are supposed to have two members from every chapter. That was the logic. But it was not meant to take away the right of any member to vote for any candidate from every chapter. That is why when you have more than two, you have to vote, and the whole house have to vote. So in our drafting of the guidelines and the explanation we have given, that was our understanding. Someone is speaking without being given the floor. So that was the understanding, that where we have only, and that is why we proposed that it goes by way of motion. The motion, in my view, was meant to seek the endorsement of the House, that this is what we have decided, and not just me coming here and making a declaration. So now the proposal by Honorable George is bringing in a new dimension. So I don't know whether I can possibly, Honorable George, you want to speak again?
Right, Honorable.
No. Let us vote.
I have made my point. And I think I wanted to register the fact that in future, let's try to respect those positions, because it will help us a great deal. And for that reason, since I've registered my discontent with the whole process, I would like now to withdraw my proposal. Let's proceed and vote. I support all the nominees from all the chapters that have come and opposed. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for making that withdrawal. So I hope no one comes back to that, because the Honorable George has withdrawn it. Honorable Momamo. Yes,
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I have a problem with my phone. I got the link, but I tried to open it. It doesn't open. So how am I going to vote? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, we will have to make sure that everyone is connected. Honorable Momamu is not connected yet, and the other members who had indicated before they were not connected, Honorable Francoise, Honorable Jean-Claude, are they connected now? Can the clerk tell us? Can you help?
We have not yet received the...
Right, Honorable Speaker, the IT technical team are communicating with them to assist it, to make sure that they get connected. But I also wanted to add on Honorable Momamo, since they are at the Miaka VC facilities, if they can be assisted to use their facility there, I mean their desktops or whatever gadgets they have, to enable her to access her email, then she can still vote from those gadgets there.
Okay, let us do this, honorable members, for us to make progress. You know, there is a provision in the guidelines for me to extend the time of voting. So let us amend it and make it longer, not limit it to 30 minutes. We make it longer until everyone in the room has voted. Is that okay? So that we can start the process. So that we vote within 30 minutes, but the speaker can extend time as long as a member in the room is still having connection problems. Can we amend it like that? Can we make that amendment to the guidelines?
Yes.
Thank you. So it will read that the voting exercise will not take longer than 30 minutes, which can be extended for as long as there is a member in the room who still has connection problems. That is how it should work. Now, let us dispose of, we have to make progress. Don't remember, let us dispose of the issue of the, hold on. Let us proceed with those who have nominated 2 members only. And we finish that exercise first. Then, because all the issues being raised are about the connection and how to use the system. Now, because it doesn't concern those 4 chapters, let us dispose that of first. Is that okay? I think it is okay, right? Yes. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I was proposing, because when I looked at the motion, I realized that Rule 8 is not very clearly catered for. And I was proposing that probably we amend Rule 8 and say that at the end of it, we say that the guidelines will be attached to the motion.
Procedure, procedure.
Right.
What I'm saying
is,
yes, what I'm saying, what Honorable Fatuma said, we amend the motion to include the guideline of this guideline 8 to be a part of the motion. Just amend the motion, not the guideline of Rule 8.
Yes, the motion is already voted for, unless you move another motion.
Yes.
To amend. Do that, because the motion has already been voted for. We can't revisit it. So if there is anyone who wants to move an amendment to this motion now, anybody? Not amendment, a fresh motion to improve all that. Alfred.
Right, Honourable Speaker. Under the circumstances, since we have already disposed of the motion, the most appropriate rule to invoke, I think, is Rule 31. So the Rule 30, for any member of the House to move a motion without notice, whereby he will remove that amendment that, in addition to the already disposed of motion, I propose that members from the partner states that nominated only 2 candidates be declared unopposed. And then the House will pronounce itself on it.
Yes, that is it. Okay.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. In accordance with Rule 30, motion shall be moved without notice. I wish to move a motion that, in accordance with Rule 30, that members from partner states, that where only 2 members have been nominated to represent a partner state, the motion shall provide that such members be declared elected as commissioners unopposed.
Yes.
I beg to move.
Seconder. Yes. Honorable Fancy, Honorable Mnya, Honorable Jean-Claude, and all members whose hands are up. Honorable members, the motion before you is that where 2 candidates have been nominated from a partner state as candidates for election to a commission, be declared as elected and opposed. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. Aye. The ayes have it. And now I invite the clerk to read the names chapter by chapter where only 2 candidates have been nominated.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Now I'm reading the names of the 4 partner states who nominated the 2 candidates. I'll start with the Republic of Burundi. 1, Honorable Jean Marie Muhirwa. 2, Honorable Mo Mamo Karerwa. 2, 2, the Republic of Kenya. 1, Honorable Dr. Oburu Odinga, and 2, Honorable Wanjiku Muhia. Number 3, the Republic of Rwanda. 1, Honorable Oda Gasinzigwa, and 2, Honorable Dr. Francois Xaveri Kalinda. 4, the United Republic of Tanzania. 1, Honorable Dr. Ngwaru Magembe, and 2, Honorable Josephine Lemoyani.
So, honorable members, in line with the decision you have just made, yes, please, can you mute your microphones, please? So, honorable members, in line with the decision you have just made, I wanted to declare the following members as elected to Eala Commission. From the Republic of Burundi, Honorable Jean-Marie Muhirwa and Honorable Moma Mokarerwa. From the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Dr. Oburu Odinga and Honorable Wanjiku Muhia. From the Republic of Rwanda, Honorable Oda Gasinzigwa and Honorable Dr. Francois Xavier Kalinda. From the United Republic of Tanzania, Honorable Dr. Ngwaru Magembe and Honorable Josephine Lemoyani. Yes, honorable members, now we move to the 4 partner states, to the 2 partner states who have nominated more than 1 member, and we, clerk, you will do the management of time. I will invite you to read one nominee, one candidate after another for the 3 minutes to talk to the assembly, and you will be the one managing the time from where you are sitting. Yes. Clerk, let's proceed.
The Republic of South Sudan. Number 1, Honorable Gideon.
Wait, Honorable, who is calling my name? Somebody is calling my name.
This is Gabriel.
Honorable Alak, yes?
Yes. I make an inquiry, Right Honorable Speaker. In the link here, it is said voting is open from this 23rd, 6th, 2020, 12 midday to this 24th. Is the voting 24 hours?
No, it lasts for 80 hours. So don't worry. It is programmed to last for 80 hours. Okay. Mr. Clark, can you proceed, please?
No problem.
The Republic of South Sudan. 1, Honorable Gideon Gatpan Toro.
Okay, thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to take this opportunity to promise 3 things as a member of the Commission. One is that I will be able to cooperate with the members of the Commission headed by the Right Honorable Speaker. Again, I want to promise a cooperation with the members of the East African Legislative Assembly, all of you. And I promise that it has to me, I would ensure that it is done to the best of the members. And I want to also assure you that together as East Africans, as members of the East African Legislative Assembly, I am there to also serve and also extend my services to any other business that may be designated to me by Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much, honorable members.
Number 2, Honorable Kim Guy Root.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, one elected to the Commission, I will ensure that the welfare of the members of the Assembly is taken care of. Ensure that the Speaker, the Secretary General, and the Council Chair's remittance are paid. I also ensure that members of the Assembly are treated as a diplomat, but not a student. When is elected, I will ensure that the working relation between members of the Eala administration is harmonized, and that we work as one and achieve what is needed for us. We need to work with one voice, as is our motto, one destiny. One elected honorable members, I will ensure that all programs of Eala are followed and that members do not unnecessarily get the program changed. It is a period of election in many parts of the state, and that such members are accorded the opportunity to seek for bodies with a knowledge they too are needed in Eala. I need your support, honorable members.
Number 3, Honorable Dr. Warder Jeremiah Odok.
Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, I stand before you today in this August House, which represents and serves the people of East Africa community, and whose number one is responsibility is to serve the interests of the people of East Africa. Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, for our duties to be carried out and executed, we need the assembly, we need a commission which is competent and reliable. And we need a commission which can manage and organize the business and programs of this assembly. Right Honorable Speaker, if I'm elected, my sincere desire is to serve this assembly so that it runs its business diligently and to the best interest of the people of East Africa. And in order for these honorable members of this assembly to perform their duty in an effective manner, the commission need to create and avail conducive environment to the honorable members and to the staff of the assembly, who are also a very key instrument in this success of the assembly. Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, I want to thank also the outgoing commissioners, your office, for taking us this 2.5 years and for the job well done, and also for making sure that the assembly ran its business despite all the challenges. Once again, I want to assure the honorable members, my colleagues, and the staff of this assembly my full commitment to serve the assembly diligently and work together with the income commissioners for the welfare of this assembly. Honorable members, I beg your support and vote. Thank you very much.
Number 4, Honorable Dr. Gabriel Alak Garang.
Thanks, the Right Honorable Speaker. Good afternoon, honorable colleagues. Let me congratulate our new member, Professor, the Minister from the Republic of Burundi. I am motivated, honorable colleagues, to join the commission this time because I feel the last 2.5 years I have gained a lot of experience in parliamentary procedures. I was not a member of parliament before, but because of that experience, I feel I really can do and add value when I'm in the commission. Now, what I'll do when I'm in the commission, I would like to work tirelessly with the members of the commission to protect the interests of the members and the entire East Africa. Number 2, I like teamwork. So I would like to create a team spirit within the commission and good working relations so that we work together with the commission, work together with the council, work together with the secretariat, work together with the entire East Africa. Number 3, I will see into it that we work within the commission and the council and the secretariat to see into it that funding the East Africa community should not continue to be a problem. We'll urge the council to look for real sustainable ways of funding the East Africa. We cannot be handicapped by this funding. We have the money in East Africa. So I would work tirelessly together with the Secretariat and the Council to urge the partner states to pay. Now, I would like honorable members to vote me in because I will have an added value to the Commission. The last point I want to say, in fact, I have been guided by 2 things in life. In 2017, when I joined the Eala, I had not worked in the parliament before. So what I did was I was guided by the fact that in my first studies, I was taught marketing in business administration. And in business administration, you first of all make a market survey. In the army, I was taught that if you want to attack a target, you must first study the target. So I had gone to Eala to study first the parliamentary procedures, which am now capable, and I believe I will add value in the commission, and I will cooperate with everybody. I will take everybody equal because I like teamwork. So vote for me. Thank you very much.
Now the Republic of Uganda, one Honorable Mary Mugenyi.
Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Fatuma.
Honorable Speaker, before we move to the Republic of Uganda, we could ask some very burning questions to the candidates who have presented their view, their position on what they will do, instead of moving to the next chapter.
No.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
No, we did not provide for questions. We just listen to them and then we go and vote. So, Mr. Kadanya, you can proceed.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Now, the Republic of Uganda, number one, Honorable Mary Mugenyi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, it is my honor and gratitude that I accept this nomination to the position of Commissioner at the East African Legislative Assembly. Mr. Speaker, I want to use this opportunity also to thank you as our leader and the entire outgoing commission who have diligently led us and guided us for the first half of our existence and operations. Mr. Speaker, by now, we all know each other and we are acquainted with each other in such a way that we know our capabilities, and that makes the task of campaigning and deciding on whom we should vote for much easier a task. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, the most important question to me right now is that we should be asking ourselves, what does it take to make a good commissioner? In my view, our commissioners should be people of integrity, honesty, humility, passion for the work that they are doing, with moral courage. They are compassionate about people, decisive, and lovers of peace and harmony. Let me mention, Mr. Speaker, that I'm not a perfect human being, and I recognize that, but I must say that I embrace most of these qualities because I'm compassionate about the people of East Africa and their well-being. I'm also passionate about the work that we are doing as a community. I'm reliable, I'm dependable, and I am a tested legislator. Honorable members, I function well in a peaceful environment, and I also recognize that peace cannot be achieved without justice. Hence, my style of leadership encourages building consensus and harmony, dialogue, rather than building wars and infighting. Therefore, respectfully, I will listen to other commissioners and try to negotiate for the purpose of reaching consensus within the commission. As an experienced legislator who has worked at the Uganda Parliament for 10 years, at the Pan-African Parliament for 5 years, where I was a commissioner, I believe I bring in a lot of experience and quality. Furthermore, I am a trained administrator with a first degree in politics and public administration, a postgraduate diploma in education, a master's degree in education, and have had extensive training in gender and development issues. Lastly, let me mention that the issue of the members' welfare is close to my heart. I'm one of you and would like the welfare, my welfare, to be well catered for. To me, the discussion should even not be about whether our commissioners should cater for our welfare or not. That is everyone's wish. Or whether our assembly should be accountable or not. But rather, the focus should be on that of the debate should be directed at the best ways and means of ensuring that our assembly is credible, accountable, respected by other organs and institutions, and within the community, without compromising or hurting the benefits of members and staff. A vote for me is a vote for you, honorable members, and it is indeed a vote for Eala and the East African community. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Number 2, Honorable Rose Okulu Akol.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members. First of all, I want to thank my chapter, the Uganda chapter, for nominating me to represent them in the upcoming commission. I also want to thank the outgoing commission for the work well done so far and the time they have given for Eala and the community at large. I also want to thank members for the last 2-3 days who have been interacting with members, and in that interaction, members have shown support. Now, I want to humbly request members to deliver that support as a vote for Akol Rose Okulu. Right Honorable Speaker and members, I want to say this. When in the commission, you do not go to work there as an individual. So I want to pledge that in the spirit of teamwork, we should be able to blend and work together for the good of our members, for East African Legislative Assembly, and for East African community at large as a team. Now, once given this opportunity, I also want to say this, that then I know there are a lot of issues that are still pending at the commission, but I want to pledge that together as a team, we shall push for issues of members and staff welfare in order to achieve what we would say is acceptable for a member who is serving as a diplomat at that level of East African community. And of course, with this comes the issue of lobbying for prompt payments of contributions from our member states. That one, I'm committed. I'll continue doing that. Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, another issue that I believe needs to be handled in this remaining 2.5 years is the issue of setting up a budget office to facilitate the assembly, especially when considering the budget. So, Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, this is also one of those issues that I believe needs to be handled in this remaining 2 years. Right Honorable Speaker, the issue of staff. We all know that right now we have just a few staff who are overworked actually, in the performance of their duties at the East African Legislative Assembly. So this is one of the pending issues that I believe I'll join together with my colleagues to ensure that we recruit staff for the Assembly so that our staff also work comfortably and that our activities are well covered. Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, to continuously push for the independence of the Assembly is one of the issues that is key also to me, and other matters, of course, that may arise as we continue deliberating as an administrative organ in the Commission for the East African Legislative Assembly. Right Honorable Speaker, above all, I want to pledge teamwork in the execution of our duties at the Assembly. Colleagues, that is all I have to say. I once more want to thank you for the support and request that give me your vote. You will not regret. Thank you.
Number 3, Honorable Susan Nakauki.
Thank you very much, honorable members of Eala. I want to first of all thank God that He chose you and me out of the millions of East Africans in our respectable partner states to serve as members of Eala. Only 9 out of millions. Honorable members, I know we are not here by accident, but it's our destiny to serve the people of East Africa. Honorable members, my name is Susan Nakauchi. I'm a member of this assembly. I'm a member of the NRM party.
Excuse me, Honorable Susan. I'm being informed that Rwanda chapter are cut off from the connection, and the Right Honorable Speaker is requesting that they connect them before you proceed.
Thank you.
Yes, honorable members, I was briefly cut off. We are cut off. So, but I would say we proceed to where you are already. Mr. Kadonya, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Can everybody hear me?
It was the Honorable Susan who had just started.
Okay. I had been cut off. Okay, you can proceed.
And as she resumes to proceed with her address, the IT team are requesting us to ask you whether all the members have received the...
We will come to that after. Okay. Let's finish this first. Okay.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable members. Once again, my name is Susan Nakauchi. As I said earlier, I thank God for having chosen you and me out of millions of East Africa to serve in the East Africa Legislative Assembly. The Bible says that all perfect and good leadership comes from above. Honorable members, I'm a member of the NRM party in Uganda, and I want to thank my party for always promoting the principle of democracy. Even when Uganda had a chance on the speakership of the East African Legislative Assembly, the only instruction we got is to allow democracy take its toll. Honorable members, I've had chance to serve in the Eala Commission for a period of 2.5 years. And Section 5, subsection 2 of the Administration of Eala Act provides that a member of the commission is eligible for re-election. Honorable members, one of the famous scholars once said, and this is called John Wooden, a scholar, he said that don't measure yourself by what you have accomplished, but by what you should have accomplished with your full ability. Honorable members, I served this assembly diligently. I've served and given this assembly my whole. I'm very sure that I don't have any issues of integrity. I've stood without fear or favor. My priority has been always the interest of the members. Everything I've done as a commissioner has been in the best interests of this assembly. Honorable members, I know for sure that continuity is very important in any institution. And it's because of continuity that the Uganda Parliament gave me a chance to serve for a second term in the East African Legislative Assembly. And I'm praying for all the members who are serving their first term that they are given the chance to serve a second term because of the continuity of the assembly.
Honorable members, as members of the Commission, there are some tasks that we've been able to accomplish, but there are other tasks which are still work in progress. We've not completed the tasks we had to perform. And as a member leading the subcommittee on autonomy is still work in progress. I've not been able to complete it. I've worked closely with council members, and they've made promises. I would request you members that we should not go back to zero. We should build on what I've already done as a member of the Commission. I know all commissioners can attest. I've been a strong voice in advocating for the welfare of the members. Our welfare is not yet where we want it to be. It's still work in progress. Honorable members, we still need Susan Nakauch in the Commission to foster what we stand for as an assembly and to achieve all the work that is still in the pipeline. I trust that despite the fact that I'm looking for other positions, for example, I have intention to contest as a member of parliament in Uganda, but that will not be until next year. Elections are going to be in February next year, but I'm still here until June next year. So I'm still able to serve. Honorable members, you can attest, I've never missed my meetings as a member of the Commission, except for the time I had to go for maternity leave. I've always had time for my meetings. I've always had time for the assembly. I've always presented my work carefully and smartly. And I believe in Uganda there is a saying that hard work is always appreciated. So members, in your view, if I've done any good work, appreciate me by promoting me, by giving me another term in the Eala Commission. I thank you. The struggle continues. One people, we are one people with one destiny. I thank you.
Okay, honorable members, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. I'm getting problems with the connections, but the IT is around to help me all the time. So thank you very much, honorable members. Can you hear me, all of you? Yes. Okay. Thank you. So why I said I didn't want to include in the guidelines the issue of asking questions. It's because I was going to have problems who I pick to speak and who I don't pick. Because the members are always not happy when they want to ask a question and you don't pick them. So I thought what makes me safe is if there is no question of being put in a situation whether I pick three and not the other three, it was going to complicate my situation. But you have heard from them and you will make up your mind. So now, if the IT people are ready, I will formally declare that I haven't declared, but I will shortly declare that the voting starts and it continues until every member has voted, every member in the room, including those who still have challenges of connections. So what I would suggest to you is that when Yes, honorable members, I'm asking the IT people to stand right here behind me because I'm having a problem. So I was saying, when we open the voting, we will continue until every member in the room has who has issues of connection. It is sorted out and all of you have voted and the clerk indicates to me that everyone has voted. So the tallying will not take place until everyone has voted. So those who have connection issues, please get directly in touch with Mr. Kadonya or Mr. Alfred or Mr. Wimire so that your issues can be sorted out. Is that clear? Yes. Clerk, are you ready to manage your time? I now declare that the voting exercise can start now. The voting can start. The voting can start now.
شيل منها التليفون. شيل منها التليفون. هي ما she's linked to the internet. شيل منها. It's 11:30.
Ade, ndugu yangu bwana, umekaa ndani mpaka sasa hivi ndevu zako zina mvi ndugu yangu, na ulikuwa unaweka rangi shehe.
Honorable Magembe, Honorable Magembe, you were in the chambers. How can you do that?
I apologize, Honorable Speaker. I apologize. I thought we were on a break. I apologize.
We have to get used to this situation. Even when you are connected from your home, you need to know you are in the chambers and prime it in your mind. Yes. Thank you.
That's right. That's right.
Sawa sawa. I know there is a saying in Kiswahili. Mazoea ni kama sheria.
My Honorable Speaker, my young brother, Dr. Magembe, has missed me a lot, so that's why he was trying to catch up with me. He forgot he was in the chambers.
Let's conclude this first.
Chair.
Let's not. Honorable members, let us not have a conversation.
Tell us.
That goes
Okay, procedure.
How many people?
Right Honorable Chair. Right Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable, please. Not about the voting. Wait, let me tell you.
Actually, we have the problem here.
Wait a moment. Yes, it's about connection.
4, 5, 6.
Yes, it's about connection.
Yes.
If you look the ballot submitted there is almost 93%, which means one member is missing, and that member is Mheshimiwa Moma because she couldn't go through a system to cast her vote.
They said her email on your phone.
No, I think a member who is missing. A member who is missing is me. Because
51.
Wait, Honorable Mama, IT people help her to connect. What is the problem? Can you help her to connect and vote?
It's not loading, right Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
It seems there's a problem with her connection.
Yes, that is what I wanted to be sorted out for her.
Mr. Speaker.
If she can use a different gadget, but we make sure that she's connected and she's able to vote. Yes.
Mr.
If
Speaker.
it is the phone, she can borrow another phone or whichever way it can be done. Or she can use one of the computers where you are.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Dr. Makam.
Mr. Speaker, I think
about connection. Wait, Ngoja, Dr. Makam.
Yeah.
It's only about connection because voting is going on and we should not open any debate. It is only about connection. If it is about connection, you have the floor. If it is something else, please don't. Because the voting is going on and we will not.
No, it's not.
Yes.
What I'm trying to say here, Mr. Speaker, is that the green indication there on the screen, it shows that 94% have voted and that it is 51 members. So we have 3 members to go. It's not like there's just 1 member left because on the one that follows, it shows 54 members are to vote. But it shows here that 51 have already voted. But I can check. I think there's some few members who are missing in some other locations. So we just check the count and know maybe the 51 votes plus the ones who haven't voted would be sufficient to conclude the exercise. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
But Dr. Makam, how have you have done your vote? Do you have any connection problem? Do you have any?
Mr. Speaker, I'm okay.
Then leave the rest to those who are concerned with it. The issue of how many have voted and how many remain is not your exercise. It's not your responsibility. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker.
To those who are concerned, yes. Honorable Momamo, yes.
May I send names to Mr. Kadonya through WhatsApp?
Wait a moment. Mr. Kadonya, why is
Right,
it,
Honorable Speaker,
why is
IT
it being
people
impossible for you to connect her? Yes.
You can use
Right,
Christopher's
Honorable
phone.
Speaker, the IT
Use
people are
Christopher's
telling
phone.
me she should just contact the IT person there. They have already talked to her. She's going to help her to log in and report.
So is the IT person in the room?
It's not possible.
No, let us
Christopher's
hear
phone.
from the IT person. Honorable Momamo, wait a moment. We are trying to help you. So, is there any IT technician in Bujumbura?
Yes, right, Honorable Speaker.
Can he or she be the one to tell us whether it is not possible to connect her?
Yeah, we can ask her to explain to us because the technical people here
you
are
see,
in touch with them. There.
Because the Honorable Momamo is saying it is impossible. And we have the IT technician in the room. So let us hear from the IT technician. If it has become impossible, then we find another
Okay,
option.
I can see the IT is already there.
Yes, the IT guy. Can you please help the honorable member to connect?
Hello? We've tried, but it didn't pass. We don't know why.
Huh?
We've tried, but others have passed. But Momo hasn't. We don't know why.
It is being impossible.
Open her email in the laptop. If you have a laptop or a desktop, open her email there, then she can vote. Yes. Use a laptop.
You two people just have a conversation. Honorable Momamo, just relax. We will sort it out for you.
Oh,
just relax.
I have to vote.
Yeah, you will. You will vote for sure. We are ready to be here the whole day until you vote.
Providence, naomba msaidie mheshimiwa kuvote. Providence.
But then it looks like it is not only Honorable Momamo who hasn't, because if we are supposed to be 53 and only 51 have voted, it means there are two more.
Right,
Honorable Speaker, I
check
think,
your other
I think
gadget. I will inform.
Okay. Sorry. Honorable Speaker, I was going to ask if Honorable Ompoka is here with us. Is he voting? Is he in this virtual meeting? Because then the other two members could be yourself as the Speaker and Honorable Ompoka. I think that will be the others.
Well, the situation of Honorable Ompoka is well taken care of by technical people.
Right, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, please.
I am tempted to believe that there is an option of abstaining. I don't know.
But how does that address our issue? Because what we want, you are taking me into a debate that is premature here. Yes, everybody knows that there is an option for that. But there is a member who is failing to connect. And that is what we wanted to address. How does the issue of how somebody votes address that problem of connection?
Because what you can tell me is that you have a feedback from the member. But if you don't have a feedback, it means the member is not yet connected. Honorable members, do you understand my point? I'm saying everyone must be connected first. So abstention is a way of voting. If somebody abstains, it means that there is something they should be able to do on their gadget because the member is complaining that she isn't voting.
Honorable Speaker, it seems everybody has been connected, but in the voting system, I don't see the option for abstaining. So doing that, that means he or she didn't vote at all.
Maybe there is a point I'm not getting. Honorable Alfred, Mr. Alfred, what is the point you are raising? Maybe I'm not being patient enough to listen to you. What is the point with respect to the problem that Honorable Momamo has?
Right, Honorable Speaker. At the moment, we have only a confirmation from one member who is having a problem. But on record, two members.
And that is Honorable Momamo, I guess.
Procedure, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Musamari.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think what we have heard from the Assembly is that the Honorable Momamo is the only one who has registered her inability to vote because of the technical issues. And just like you have guided, the technical team is working on that. My procedural issue here is that all members who have been in the House, none of us so far has complained that we have been unable. The complaints were earlier and they were addressed. And therefore, after the IT, people have confirmed that Honorable Momamo has voted. Honorable Speaker, I think we would still proceed and close the voting. Because this system, of course, nobody is going to say that for me I've abstained, Honorable Speaker. I wanted to submit.
Thank you, Honorable Musamari. But I'm also wondering how else can it happen? When everyone has voted, then we close the exercise. I don't see what else we are going to do. And as you are saying, it is only Honorable Momamo so far who is telling me that she's not connected. Honorable Deng? You switch on your mic. Honorable Deng, you forgot to switch on your microphone. I can't hear you yet, Honorable Deng.
Okay, I'll try again.
Okay, yes.
Okay. Honorable Speaker, thank you for allowing me to speak. Following from what the previous presenter have said, the only confirmation we have is from Honorable Momamo that she's not able to connect. However, when we were all asked if everybody is connected, the assumption, if nobody says no, that means we are all connected. However, do we really know for sure? We didn't make a tally to say that every person and every single person can actually raise their hand and confirm that they are connected. It is possible, yes, as Honorable Musamari said, that maybe someone does not want to vote. But I don't think we have taken care of that in the guidelines. So I don't know how we are going to resolve that, Honorable Speaker, because it will still be there. Thank you.
Honorable Deng, I said this, and I think honorable members will remember. And I want to repeat what I have said in the past. Most of the times when I'm phrasing my sentence, I pick my words carefully. I said the voting exercise will continue until no member in the room is complaining about connection. Isn't that what I said? Yes. That was very deliberate. That until no member in the room, I underline, in the room, is complaining about connection. So far, we have only one member complaining about connection. So the issue is already addressed in the guidelines that I addressed to you before we started voting. That the voting was to start and continue until there is no member indicating that they have a problem of connection. So far, there is one member, and we are waiting from the technical people to tell us the problem is sorted out. Then we close, because there is no one else who is complaining about connection. Yeah. And if the IT people will not be able to connect her, tell us so that we can find another option. Because if other members in the room are connected, what is happening with just one member? Why are you failing to connect her? Yes, Mr. Kadwen.
Honorable Speaker, our IT team here are telling us they're in touch with their colleagues and they're just finalizing almost to assist her.
All right.
Right, Honorable Speaker, the IT people have succeeded to let Honorable Momamo to vote.
So has Honorable Momamo voted?
Yes, right, Honorable Speaker.
Yeah, she's the only one in the room who had indicated she had the connection problem. So in line with the guidelines I had issued and which you had approved, there is no any other member waiting to vote, and we close the vote now. So the tallying can take place.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. We are doing, we are requesting like 5 minutes and then we'll be able.
Yes, procedurally within 5 minutes, we stay here, we don't suspend. Let's stay here and finish.
The results are going to be portrayed on the screen.
Right.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. I would like to announce the results of the votes for election of commissioners for the next 2.5 remaining years. Right Honorable Speaker, as we saw, I mean, there are 54.
Just mention the numbers. Mention the numbers. The comments I will make myself.
Thank you. Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, the Republic of South Sudan. The votes are as indicated on the screen. Honorable Gideon Gatpan Thor got 39%, which is equivalent to 40 votes. Honorable Kim Guy Root got 27%, which are 28 votes. Honorable Dr. Woda Jeremiah Odok also got 27%, which is equivalent to 28 votes. Honorable Gabriel Alak Garang got 6%, which is equivalent to 60 votes. That is as far as the Republic of South Sudan is concerned. Now the Republic of Uganda. Honorable Rose Okulo got 48%, which is equivalent to 49 votes. Honorable Mary Mugenyi got 27%, which is equivalent to 28 votes. And the Honorable Susan Nakau got 25%, which is equivalent to 25 votes. Right, Honorable Speaker, Honorable members, I beg to submit.
Okay, honorable members, with those results, I now want to declare that Honorable Gideon Gaptan, Honorable Rosie Mugenyi, and the Honorable Rosie Akol, and the Honorable Mary Mugenyi are duly elected to Eala Commission. Now, you may also note that there has been a tally. There has been a tally between the Honorable Kim Guy and the Honorable Dr. Woda Jeremiah. And now my directive is that there is going to be another voting between those two. IT, tell us how much time you need to design the ballot.
Right, Honorable Speaker, my colleagues are telling me you adjourn maybe for suspend for 10 minutes, then they'll be able to finalize and we vote for the final.
Okay, honorable members, I will suspend the House for 10 minutes for the IT people to make arrangements for us to vote again between the Honorable Kim Guy Ruot and the Honorable Dr. Woda Jeremiah. House is suspended for 10 minutes.
Kasiesta kadogo.
Yeah, but what is disappointing to me, actually, because people who probably vote, and you vote for them on the basis that they are voting for them. This is really what happened. Yeah? And don't vote it. No, I am shocked. Mm. I know, I know.
Pamela. Tangu amekuwa divorce amejipamba. Wewe.
Pamela. Honorable members, please mute your microphones, please.
Procedure, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Musamali.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Basing on the experience we have just gone through, I think we had the 52 members who voted. That formed the, I don't know what percentage it was, but minus you, the Speaker, 53 members, but the last one were 52 members who voted. Now, basing on that, therefore, I think we have all voted right, Honorable Speaker. It would be procedurally correct if we went ahead for the presiding officer to announce these results, because as we talk now, for us, we are now on our last minute of going home for the curfew. Thank you,
Yes,
Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Musamali, let me find out, is there a member with a connection problem in the room?
No.
If there is none, Honorable Musamali, you can move formally for us to close the voting.
I propose. I move a motion.
Honorable Speaker, under Rule 30, I want to move a motion without notice that given the fact that most of the members who participated in the last election have participated, that we close the voting and count the ballot. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Seconder.
Come on, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Kasamba and all the members. Honorable members, the motion before the House is that given the fact that there is no member indicating that they have any connection problem, we can close the voting now and proceed to the stage of tallying. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it. So we close the vote and the returning officer can tally now.
Right, Honorable Speaker. The second round of election of commissioners for the Republic of South Sudan are as follows. Honorable Dr. Woda Jeremiah Odok gotten 56%, which is equivalent to 29 votes. And Honorable Kim Gairut gotten 44%, which is equivalent to 23%, to 23 votes. I submit right.
Okay. Given on the basis of the results that have been announced, I now formally declare Honorable Dr. Woda Jeremiah duly elected to the Eala Commission. So, honorable members, now this brings us to the end of our exercise, but before I proceed, a big applause to our IT team. They have really performed beyond what we expect, at least beyond what I expected. And when I said to you the other day that we really need to make decisions and be confident with our decisions, now I think we are leading in the process of working virtually. And there is a lot that we shall do that others will emulate from us. So don't mind about a few mistakes that can be done in the process, but we are leading the way. So thank you very much, our IT team and the Office of the Clerk for facilitating this in a very efficient way that we have seen. Honorable members who have been elected to the Commission, I congratulate you. And the entire House congratulates you. I congratulate you all who participated in this exercise. Yes, it's been done in the most democratic manner that we could be able to find. Now, what is very important is that this is a chapter closed. We are back in one constituency of Eala to work for the people of East Africa. I thank you very much, the outgoing members of the Commission. This is a product of the hard work that you did for the last 2 years. Although I will have my own time to meet the new members of the Commission and to strategize together what we want to deliver to you, but I can state without a fear of contradiction that we will be a united team that will work together to deliver the best results expected of us. Yes, this is not when you campaign or when you seek to be elected in Eala, you are basically looking for what you can do together with the others to deliver collectively to our organ and to our community, because we do not have competing interests, basically. We could have different approaches, but we do not have any competing interest. We are one team and we work for the same purpose. So thank you very much. Now, honorable members, because you know the program of the Assembly is normally done by the Commission, and for the past few days we have been releasing the program in pieces because of the uncertainty of the situation. We didn't know how fast the Council was going to move and what we could be doing the next week. So that is why we were releasing our program in pieces. And it leaves us here where we do not have another program on the basis of which we can proceed beginning tomorrow. So that being the case then, I am just now, because this is going to be the first meeting of the Commission, I will call the meeting of the Commission tomorrow at 2 to plan for the rest of the plenary. But I also have news that there is some good progress happening within the Council of Ministers. In any case, we shall be with them here tomorrow in the Commission. Although it is going to be the first meeting, it is supposed to be an internal thing, but let us open it for members of the Council to address urgent issues that we have to address, and we don't have to wait. So if we are lucky, and tomorrow by 2 in the afternoon, some of those issues are resolved, well, we may tell them, please stay away so that we can meet only as a Commission. But if they are not resolved, we shall meet with the Council here. The invitation is being sent to make sure that when we meet on Wednesday, because the Commission, I will propose to them that we meet on Thursday for our plenary, we must have appropriate answers for the questions every one of you is asking, that we all know. Because I think you have waited enough, and we have waited enough. There must be an end to this waiting. So I thank you very much for your patience, and I request that you work in your own chapters tomorrow, and then the Commission will meet here tomorrow at 2:30, and the next program will be released after the meeting of the Commission. At 2, not 2:30, at 2. That's when the Commission will meet. Is that understood, honorable members? Well, thank you very much for your time and for a very successful exercise.